Brooklyn, we did it.
Alright, it's Headkrack's Hip Hop Spot. I'm chilling right here with Mr. Wayne Barrow from the movie Notorious. Man, how you doing, brother?
I'm blessed, brother. How you?
Now, a little background history on yourself. You was Biggie's assistant manager, right?
No,
or co-manager.
I'm a co-manager. Mark Pitts and I managed Biggie.
So, on the night, March 8th, when that whole situation went down, were you there?
I wasn't in LA. Actually, we had another artist changing faces and they had something going on. I was actually in New York at that point.
Got you. Yeah. Now, he was supposed to go to London.
Yes.
Instead of spending time in LA. Now, I mean, how do you think things would have turned out differently had you took that trip?
You know what? I don't think about it from that perspective. I look at it from a more realistic standpoint. It was God's calling. Right. You know what I'm saying? March 9th supposed to happen. March 9th the way that it did. Big woke up that morning, decided he didn't want to go to London for whatever reason. You know, one of the main reasons is he hates traveling, especially long distances, because he was so big. He used to hate sitting in those chairs. Yeah. Even in the first class chair, he wasn't that comfortable. But you know, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I've gotten to the place where I'm comfortable with the decisions that's been made because you know it was just God's plan.
Got you. Now, I mean, I've studied the Notorious B.I.G.'s life story almost to the point of near stalkerish, right?
Wow.
And I know a lot of things that were kind of happening towards the end of his life that weren't necessarily included in the movie. Like he had actually some gun charges pending.
Yeah, he had some gun charges pending. He had an assault charge pending. It was a few things that was going on. It was, you know, Charlie Baltimore was his girl at the time.
See, and I was checking for that in the movie because she was there real heavy after he had the car accident.
She was actually
right?
in the car. That was Charlie Baltimore in the car with him.
Okay, I didn't see because the way they cut it, you just see C's.
Yeah, exactly. So, but at the end of the day, it's like you know what it was. We got so many characters in this film, and you know it gets convoluted because you can't really pay attention to what you need to be paying attention to in terms of the story.
Right.
So we had to really narrow down the characters to get to a place. Some of the characters kind of overlap, things along those lines, and you're trying to follow a character's drive throughout the course of an hour and 50, 2 hours. It's like it's gonna be kind of tough. So we had to scale back, that aspect of it to get us to a clean cut, concise. This is what we're telling. So some of those characters were cut out.
You know, like just sitting there watching the movie. I mean, I was completely blown away. Not because I was just so attached to the story, but just how well it was done.
Right.
The colors was bright.
Right.
You know, all the actors, individually captured, the essence of the kid. Because I was a little skeptical at first on some of the things. Because when you watch the trailers and you read the the message boards and the blogs, and then when you hear Jamal's voice, like looks like Biggie, but the voice is not necessarily close. But like when you're watching the movie, like all that stuff just goes out of the window.
Right. You know what it is? I think George did a wonderful job of kind of pulling all those pieces together. George was he's one of those directors that he thrives on story, you know what I'm saying? And he thrives on authenticity. Like everything has to be 100% right for him, you know what I mean? And he did his history, and you know what I'm saying? He was a true big fan. So for him, he needed to make sure that Jamal brought everything that Big brought. Comes down to getting out the car, holding the soda can, the waddle, you know what I'm saying? His hand movements when he performed, how he held the mic, everything.
He nailed it.
You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint, I think that George really delivered as far as that was concerned, because I think that the fans are going to pay attention to that rather than, Jamal playing Biggie.
Right.
They're going to pay attention to the fact that he did his homework. This guy brought the business.
What made you decide to go with a cast of, not necessarily unknowns, but lesser known actors as opposed to going with maybe somebody like a Sean Kingston to play Biggie?
Well, we didn't want, the audience to be taken out of the movie. At the end of the day, we wanted the character to shine through. We wanted, we felt that an unknown or relatively unknown would be best served for the movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to sell that movie to an audience and sell those characters to the audience. Because at the end of the day, like Sean Kingston, anybody else for that matter, Denzel Washington, they have their own baggage, whatever that baggage is. You know what I mean? So you want to be in a position where you allow that baggage not to disrupt the process of your movie.
Got you. Now, being that you were there, you knew Big. What's what's something that people didn't know about Notorious B.I.G.? I mean, because Jamal was saying earlier, I mean, dude always kept a guard up, whereas you could look in the Pac and you kind of knew what Pac was about, but Big kept a mask on, 80% of the time. So what's something about Big that a lot of people didn't know?
I think that Big was a very humorous guy. very humorous. I mean, like, everything was a joke. You know what I'm saying? He'd be sitting here right now gigging on, you know what I'm saying, your hairstyle, or, you know what I'm saying, my watch, or, you know what I'm saying, wearing your head too big. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying, he gonna find something, you know what I'm saying, to gig on. A very colorful kind of cat, you know what I'm saying? When I say colorful, it's like one of those guys that walk in the room and you just want to hold him. Like, you want to be around him. He has that presence, like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think that what he showed you in terms of Notorious is totally different than who he was as Christopher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when the lights, camera, and action, you know what I'm saying, is not there, Christopher was just a genuine dude, like you and me. You know what I'm saying? He cares about his family, he cares about his friends. You know what I'm saying? He did the same things that we did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that people are paying attention to that. They're so caught up in the Notorious aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, you never saw Biggie by himself, really. Now, was that because he didn't like to be alone, or did everybody always gravitated towards him?
No, you know what it was? One of the biggest things is that I think that Big was a giver. You know what I'm saying? He was a giver of love. That's why I think he received so much. You know what I'm saying? And you never saw Big alone because he always brought his little homies with him. You know what I'm saying? Where I go, my block go. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to see the world, my niggas is going to see the world. That's how he was.
That's awesome. Yo, man, I appreciate your time, Mr. Barrow. Yo, and you got a monster film on your hand. So I imagine, I mean, like this, I feel like this film is going to do so well. I know you're going to do something else after this.
Oh, yeah, I got all kinds of things in the making, brother. I'm not playing. They shouldn't have let me through the door. It's a wrap.
You going to do
film business is a wrap.
Tracy Lee story next, maybe? On my head, B. On my head.
Taking me back. It's party time.
On my head, B.
What up, people? This is Wayne Barrow, and you checking out Headkrack's Hip Hop Spot. It is what it is.
Where you want to be 10 years from now?
10 years from now, where do I want to be? I want to be just living, man. Just living comfortably with my wife, you know, just laid back, just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Living. Where I think I'll be 10 years, I don't think I'm going to see it, dog, for real, man. And I don't think my luck is that good. I hope it is, but if it ain't, so be it. I'm ready. Come on. Sicker than your average. Hop a twist, cabbage off instinct. Is don't think jits. Haters, my Detroit players. Tips for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right.